Hey, what is going on, folks? Welcome back to another episode. Let's talk about filter, particularly variable ND filter. These right here are one of those where if you're out in a bright sunlight and you want to get more cinematic shots, you probably want to use this, because what happens is that when you use something like this at f2.8, which is the lowest aperture that you can use, out in a bright sunlight, you still want that blur background, but opening up to f2.8 would be probably too big and too much lighter coming in. And so what happens there is that your video doesn't have that smooth cinematic look to it, And so that's something that I've been recently discovering, because I'm trying to do more cinematic videos, and it doesn't look right because I want that bokeh, but at the same time it just doesn't look cinematic when I do f2.8. Anyhow, the solution to that is filters, ND filters, and these right here are the two most popular variable ND filters that I have. So just an FYI, you can get whatever stop that you want on filter, like sunglasses, right? You want the super dark sunglasses, or you kind of want the kind of lighter sunglasses. You can pick between those. But the cool part about cameras is that you can get variable ND filters. And so let me just show you an example. This is the K&F. This is the Nano X series filter. And with variable ND, it's not just one pair of sunglasses. You can actually adjust your sunglasses to how dark or how bright you want that to be. Pretty cool, right? And here's the thing, this is only like, I think 1 to 5 stop. There's actually, you can go up to all the way to 9 stop or something like that I saw online. But I got the 1 to 5 stop just to try it out. And that's what it looks like right here. As you spin, it just gets darker. And so it's great because, when I'm shooting, I'm a kind of a run and gun type of style. And so when I'm out there shooting, I don't want to have to change to the 5 stop to 1 stop and that kind of stuff and start screwing, off my lens and things like that. And so that's why I got a variable ND filter. And yeah, you're paying a little bit more for it, but as you can see here, I mean, it's totally worth it. Just when you spin this, it just looks, it just works. Really good tool to have in your bag if you're out there shooting in the bright sunlight, which most people do. In the studio setup, you may not need it, Anyway, so the two that I have here, one is obviously, like I was saying, the variable ND filter, but this is the Nano X model. Which also, by the way, is a magnetic filter. And so let me show you what a magnetic filter is. And so I already have the magnetic ring on here, and it just attached to it. You see that? But then if you spin it just a little bit, here, let me show you on this camera. If you spin it just a little bit, it kind of locks in. There we go. Now it's locked in, and it's not going to fall at all. So there's that locking mechanism right there, but it's really not locking the filter onto the lens. It's just locking so that now you can spin the variable. See that? So now you can spin the variable so that it locks into place. And that's pretty much what the locking is. And yeah, the magnet is actually pretty strong. I've used this, and already one bad thing I would say is that I do get it beat up quite a bit. You see that? Yeah, so just an FYI, that's what happens right there. Anyway, since we're on the topic, let me just go ahead and show you. So there are markings right here where it says, you see that, ND32, and then you can go all the way down to ND2 right here. So this is probably like the lightest, and then this is the darkest right here. And if I spin it, you can see it. Pretty cool stuff. Again, I'm just now discovering this stuff. Okay, so the other thing is, then there are these variable ND filters as well that K&F makes as well. But the thing here is they're not magnetic. And so I'm going to go ahead and unbox this to show you as well. They should work exactly the same. It's just the Nano X series is a little bit pricier than these right here, which to me, after using K&F stuff, I think it's gonna be fine if you just don't wanna drop the money yet to buy the other kind. If I can just open this, oh my gosh, okay. Okay, so yeah, this is a great alternative if you just wanna get something that's just really quick. Okay, so already you can see right here, you're paying for the nice package as well, because this right here has a little case that you can put your filter back in there. This right here just comes with the box. Well, the reason why is that, you know, you take this thing off and then you put it back into the box when you don't need it, right? And so that's why they provide with that box for you. This one right here pretty much stays on your camera the whole time because it's really not magnetic. You're screwing it straight in. So anyway, here we go. And this one actually has a lot of stop, guys. Has a lot of stop. So yeah, I think this one goes up to 9 stop, I believe. Let me see. So right here it's saying it's minimal right here. And then when you start spinning it, it starts getting darker. See that? And that's really dark right there. And then it goes bright again. Now here's the thing, right? The one thing that I noticed about this is that it doesn't stop to the highest settings. So you see how it says max right here? You can actually go over the max. You see that? So honestly, I wish that there was like a stop so that it tells you, hey, you're at max right now, now go the other way. This one right here with the magnetic piece, it actually stops at the highest. It actually stops at right there. See, that's the lowest, and then when you go to the highest, it doesn't go anymore. You hear that? So that's a big difference between the B series, I guess is what you call it, versus the X series right there. So keep that in mind. If you're one of those run and gun and you don't want to really mess to see if, oh, am I at the high settings or am I at the lowest setting? I don't know, because I can just keep spinning the entire way. Honestly, either one you choose should work just fine to the scenario that I was talking about where you're shooting out in the sunlight, you know? I would just, if you have the money, use it on a magnetic one, because this right here, it just now, and when I run indoor to shoot the bride and grooms or anything like that, you just take it out, drop it back in, throw this thing in your bag, and now you just have a regular lens now, right? Okay, last but not least, I want to also talk about, step up and step down ring. You can get a bag of these, and what they do is they come with a whole set of step up and step down ring. Basically what that means is that, let me see if I can get an example real quick. So with the step up and step down ring, if you look at this, I have a Samyang 75mm here that I totally love, but when I'm shooting out in this bright sunlight, I want it to go all the way down to like the f1.8 aperture, right? So that I can get that nice blur and stuff like that. But obviously shooting this outdoor without a filter, it just doesn't look very cinematic, right? And so what I do is I got these step up filter. So what that means is that you see how this is much smaller than this right here? Well, this is a 77mm adapter ring. So if you look at this, you can see that it's saying that it's 77mm adapter ring right there. Now this one right here, I believe it's a 58. Yeah, this is a 58mm. And so with the step up ring, so because I have a 77mm filter, I'm using one of these step up, and I can attach it to this. I've already set this up, by the way. And so as you can see, it fits into the lens. I stepped up 4 times, so 4 rings, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now this ring right here, if you look on here, it says it's 72 to 77. And so I keep adding it on from 58 millimeter right there all the way to 72 millimeters. So you keep stacking them up, the bigger lens you have. And what that does is that now I can actually use, which I've ordered another one of these magnetic piece, and then I would put it onto here. And now, if I have another magnetic piece on here, I can literally just swap it out. So I can drop this thing in here, and now I have a ND filter on this, and then when I swap my lens, I can just drop it on to this one as well. So you see how that works. I mean, it's really versatile if you only can afford like one variable ND filter. Use some step up rings or step down rings. So I have literally like an 82 millimeter radius lens right here that I'm shooting with. I can actually use this step down and just step one down, and now I can actually use this filter on that as well. Very, very cool in my opinion. And so it's one of those things where I recommend you get, if you get one of these, more expensive variable ND filter, it's just a good investment to get a step up or step down ring. Anyway, guys, that's kind of my whole variable ND filter discovery phase right there. I got a bunch of lenses I want to fit my variable ND filter on, and to be honest with you, if you get the Nano B series versus the X series, I think it's kind of be the same. You just, I would say, play around with it first. This B series though will go up to like 9 stop, while this one right here only goes up to 5 stop. And so depends on what your needs are. I don't want it to be that dark, but I still want to be, dark enough when I'm out there in the sunlight. Anyway, yeah, that's why it's only 5 stop. But you can get another one that goes from 5 to 9 or something like that. But anyway, that's it right there. That's all the knowledge that I have so far. And I will see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.